Okay, so in this final video of the tutorial, we're going to go ahead and paint a little bit more detail on the character, and we're also going to be sculpting while we do that. And I'm going to make sure that I turn down to a very low Z intensity and a very low RGB intensity as well. And this way we can go ahead and capture a little bit more detail in the character, but also paint at the same time. And this is really just to break up a lot of the transitions in the character. As you can see, I wasn't really painting there, I was just mainly sculpting. I'll have to go back a step or two here, and there we go, we have the RGB turned on, but you can see that is way too dark, so I need to go ahead and turn the RGB intensity down there. And that looks pretty good to me, and we're just going to do this on the rest of the tentacles, but we're also going to do it on the body. And as you can see, I'm using a different matte cap than in the previous video, and this is a custom material that I edited in ZBrush. I won't be including that with the project files, but I will be including the sculpt and the ones that are painted, and you can download and take a look at them. And I'm just trying to get a little bit more porous skin here onto the character by sculpting a little bit of detail while I paint. And this is really just used with the later intention of actually creating a normal map, but also a really detailed texture. And it just takes a little bit of time and patience to get all these tentacles painted properly. I could have turned on the radial symmetry, but since we've taken and posed the character, the radial symmetry just wouldn't work properly, so I have to do them all by hand and manually do them all, each individually. I'll go ahead and paint the underbelly there, and paint the last couple tentacles here, trying to capture all the detail that we need. And it's very important that whenever you go to paint, say since I'm painting the purple here, I'm also using that specific color to paint the tentacles. This way it matches the rest of that body part. And we're going to go ahead and paint the body here a little bit more. And we're going to use the same technique that we used for the tentacles, and we're just going to apply it to the body. As you can see, I was using the drag rect there. But I'm not, 100% satisfied with it. And I think I might want to change that. Yeah, I think I am going to change it. I'll just go back a few steps, and it just doesn't look right to me. it's just not feeling. I'm just not feeling right about it. So we'll go back a few steps and go ahead and redo it. I mean, it's just, try a bunch of different other things and see what tries, sort of works here. And we'll go ahead and paint the lips there. Try to add a little bit of pore stroke to the lips. Get a little bit of porous material there on the underside of the, I don't even know what you would even call this. Tentacles that I guess would, grab somebody, and I don't know. It's all just, trying to break up the character mesh and try to get a lot of variation in there. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and paint a little bit more of the body here. To try and break up the shape. And as you can see, it's not adding a whole lot. And this is good because then it's, it's real subtle whenever it comes to render. I'll paint the eyelid here with a little bit of porous material. Add a little bit of depth on it. And variation is so key whenever it comes to, whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be, characters, props, environments. Variation is just so huge. You don't want just one specific character, you know what I mean, like one specific color. You want to try to add a lot of detail and capture as much detail in it as you possibly can. That is so key. And as you can see, our character is looking pretty good there. And I'll go ahead and just, do a BPR render here and double check it, and then we'll call it done. And there we go. Thanks for watching.